Funny that somebody else I kind of watch is also doing this, but they're streaming it. Oh, it's Hippolytus' turn, I guess. I would think it would be Masanori. A complex? Of course, it should go without saying. I've got one of those. But let me ask you something. Is it really such a cramped thing to be knowledgeable in matters of love and romance? Huh? Is it? I wish I knew somebody that was. What's so great about infidelity anyway? And what kind of sense does it make to say that it doesn't count if you turn into a beast? Whoa. You're speaking nonsense. Am I crazy? I could ask the same of you for suggesting that. Oh boy. Yeah, honestly, I get that. I get that. I totally understand that. Oh. I guess I should be kind of ready to share that. Kinda. There was a person that I really liked and was practically in a relationship with. No, it was generally a relationship. And though, it was long distance, but it was hey, maybe something might happen between the two of us. And then, it kind of, I don't know how to put it, but it did kind of get a little bit strained. Because that person wanted to bring in another person into the relationship. And I was like, oh, okay. Which I wasn't ready for. I wasn't ready for, but it, but it happened. So I just all right, I'll roll with it. Ha ha. But eventually it turned into they were interested in the other person, more interested in the other person than me, and I generally end up being ghosted at the end of it. To the point that I said hey, look, if you need to look, if I need to know what's going on. You haven't said any words to me in the past couple of months. And I had to track you down through multiple social media sites just to try and get an answer. And that's when everything just ended, when they responded. So, when that person responded. So, yeah, that hurt. I can more or less understand Hippolytus at that point. From that point of view, anyway. But he clearly didn't go through the same thing I did. And that's the situation. Additional research and countermeasures will be required for these unexpected developments. Our goal is to take over this academy peacefully. It's regrettable to hear things should turn Valentine. shoot him. You're still speaking like that? At any rate, there was no major incident at least, thanks to the quick-witted workshop staff. In fact, as a result, we were able to collect additional data that could prove invaluable to the operation. You aren't kidding. If we continued mixing the compound as we had been, things could have turned out very badly. By the way, old leader, should we not take this opportunity to consider our options for dealing with those workshop interlopers? I second that notion. After the incident, I observed that they were able to finish their lesson as if nothing had ever happened. In other words, they've discovered some means of completely nullifying the effects of our compound. They could prove a hindrance to our lofty plans indeed. In that case, I would like to deal with them in due times. Kill him! Leave that to me. I think it's best that we invite these wayward souls into our fold. Should they accept, we will welcome them with open arms. Should they decline, we will deal with them accordingly. Oh, God. More Valentus! I knew I could count on you to tie up any loose ends. I love it. I'll love you to it then. Stop! Valentine's gonna end in blood if you keep talking like this. We shall ensure that they know the true ferocity of the dark ABC force in our pursuit of a Valentine's revolution. I'm still not sure about that name, but whatever. Just leave it to me. Oh, yeah. What is your sacred artifact? Did you make all this? Yes, I never told you about my sacred artifacts, did I? We'll start with that then. Oh, how mysterious! Your sacred artifacts are those moss-covered arms of yours, yeah? And you infused some of your rule into that garland there? But why? To put it simply, in my home world of Olympus, there is a place called the Plane of Purity. And there is a powerful belief that all the flora growing there is protected from any harm or defilement. My sacred artifacts confer upon any flowers or plants they touch, and the same properties as those in the Plane of Purity. So, in other words, should I use these hands to weave flowers into a ring? It creates a boundary line of sorts, a barrier protecting which lies within from all that dwells without. That's why you called these things talismans, huh? You put your arm through them, or I guess your body in general. Exactly! And that grants you protection. It's a very clear and concise way of putting it, Taishakuda. So you made all these to hand out to everybody today so you could keep them from going berserk again? Yes, though the effect will only last until the flowers begin to wilt. A flower's lifespan is short after all, and there's neither the time nor the resources to make enough for everyone every day. So that's the weak point of this plan, then. Seems we've left with little choice but to uncover the source of the problem. It's shocking to think that there could be someone in Setagaya depraved enough to sow seeds of discord like this. Once the ringleader is found, I, Volk, shall personally see to it that they are sent away to the experimental farmland. Do I want to know what this experimental farmland has? Experimental farmland? From your reaction, I suppose you must be imagining the worst. Well, fear not. We do not perform human experiments there. Huh. See, so I was thinking of Metal Slug. Which Metal Slug was it? Metal Slug 3? Or was it Metal Slug X? I want to say X or 3, one of the two, where they just had all those. Actually, I think this also happened in 7, where they just had like plants that were just being grown, and there were some unique death animations there. Like they had the man-eating plants, another man-eating plant, and then like moss that just grows. Well, it's like moss or vines that just grows if you come in contact with it. So it just spreads all over your body, and yeah, you're done. Like, I was immediately thinking of that. Because to be honest, the only other thing that comes to mind is Poison Ivy, but that's Batman, and she doesn't exactly. She probably did a lot worse in comics, but I don't think she's actually done. I haven't exactly seen anything like necessarily done with like plants or experiments, whatever. It's a place where new farming methods and new produce varieties are developed. Something of a farming laboratory, if you will. At any rate, I owe you a debt of gratitude, Hippolytus. If not for your garland, we may have to cancel the event. And though we are unable to tarry, it is no small feat that you've made time to hold this meeting as well. There isn't. There isn't much more we can give, even discuss. Isn't much more we can even discuss right now, no. Is there? Given that we don't know the culprit's identity or motive. Well, if we were to assume a rule was at play, we could possibly use the app's search function to narrow down a list of suspects. As for the motive, given the season and the discovery of the flora to have aphrodisiac properties, it's not hard to imagine. You think they're looking to spread that scent around and get lucky in love? Even despite how short the effect lasts? Oh. You come up with something, Hippolytus? Don't matter if it's just a wild theory. Let's hear it. Well, I don't really want this to be true, but what if the person behind all of this is planning on mixing aphrodisiacs not just from 3 worlds, but many more in hopes of creating the ultimate love potion? Lovable and scary at the same time, dude. I'm just having flashbacks of a certain moment. Think about it. If the goal were merely to disrupt the workshop, there are far less elaborate ways to achieve that, no? So it only stands to reason the end goal here was never to stop us, but to develop and iterate upon the love potion. And if they're just looking to make a standard aphrodisiac, one variety of flowers should be plenty. But they're using multiples. The question is, are they testing each one to compare, or are they plotting to mix them all together? I fear it's the latter. An intriguing hypothesis indeed. Can you elaborate any further? People of different worlds may hold different beliefs about the same flower, and that translates to different effects. In other words, an aphrodisiac produced from a single flower may have different effects on transients of different origins. And while this variable could be overcome by preparing multiple aphrodisiacs from a variety of flowers, a mix would also do. It does make sense. Having a single universal love potion would be a lot more convenient than stocking one for each world. You are a sharp one, I must say, Hippolytus, of the Horticulture Club. About time you revealed yourself. It's hard to believe you were able to piece together our plan so completely. Coming here was the right call, it seems. There's no workshop today. I'm afraid course registration is over. Oh, really? My mistake. Sorry to have bothered you. I'll just be going then. Wait, I'm not here to participate or register for anything! I can't believe that almost worked. No, this will never do. I'm supposed to be cool and in charge, and I got caught up in your dry humor. You're the one who fell for it. You're the one who fell for it. I'm a member of the Dark ABC Force, which seeks a Valentine's revolution. I aim to speak with representatives of this workshop. The heck is the Dark ABC? We should get Finra at a workshop there. I would prefer you not to comment on our naming sense, please. Thanks. What the hell business you got with us, huh? Are you the one who left that crazy flower in here yesterday? Stay your hand tight, Shikuden. Without evidence, we can't rightly apprehend this individual, much less deliver punishment. Yes, we can! Yes, we can! Whoa, up close and personal. You can really feel the power he's got. He's about to sweat and cry, and who knows what else. Yes, as your assistant has suggested, it is not necessarily accurate to say I was involved in yesterday's incident. You said we pieced together your plans. Reacting to Hippolytus' hypothesis, you said, and I quote, "It's hard to believe..." Wrong voice! Reacting to Hippolytus' hypothesis, you said, and I quote, "It's hard to believe we were able to piece together your plans." I admittedly a bit taken aback here. You've let so much slip, it seems downright reckless on your part. I wonder who that was that said all that stuff. Sure, it wasn't me. Someone else must be lurking in the shadows too, yeah? Hey, Vo, Is it alright if I pay this guy back with my fist for all the embarrassment he caused me with his flowers? I feel the urge to do the same, Taishakuden. Unfortunately, we seem to be dealing with a Senegai Academy student. Should we give in to those urges, we may be accused of bullying, which will reflect poorly on our school and Lord Parrot alike. Well, what if I did it then? What if I did it? I can afford a bit of trouble. I can afford some trouble, and I have, like, look, I know people that can just make this disappear. I can't believe we don't have any of that. We can make them disappear, you know. Nobody would have to know. Then how about I challenge him to a sumo match? If I win, he backs off and doesn't cause any more problems for anybody. Hold on just a minute, everyone. He's come to us alone. I don't think he means to pick a fight with us. Yes, that's right. I'm not trying to make trouble at all. Thank you for that. I feel like you just saved my bacon. Dang it, Krampus! We could totally just make this guy disappear. Like, we could just, like, we could have totally just, like, just, like, beat this guy up, like, send a piece of him back, like, you're next. Just have a message tied to him, be like, you're next. I've actually come with a proposal for Mr. Hippolytus here. I think you'll find it a most enticing offer. A proposal? For me? What in the world could you possibly be proposing? Well, let me get straight to the point. We want you to join us. What do you say? See, Valentine's Day sounds good in theory. It's a celebration of love, but that only applies to a blessed few. What's the point of confessing when you know you'll be turned down? When you know the words you long for will never be spoken? That's why we developed a plan to reverse the fortunes of those who are perpetually unlucky in love. So to you and your group, a love potion would be akin to a secret weapon you could use to turn the tides of a faltering war. Thus your dark ABC force. You see yourselves as revolutionaries seeking to reclaim Valentine's Day for the masses. What's the point in confessing, huh? There are a lot of cases where one person fancies already has a significant other. People are perpetually unlucky in love, too. There are a lot of people like that. Hey, why is everybody looking at me? See, you all get it. That's why we plan on making this world where every bond can be tightened, starting with this school. Well, you talk a good game, but do you really think you can make your revolution happen with some shady flower compound? The compound, whoever said it, was incomplete. The potion we're striving to make will be far more well realized. Getting two people alone in a room, unleash it, and as soon as they breathe it in and lock eyes, they'll never want to be apart. We have a person for that. We don't need portable Shinya. We have Shinya at home. Rather than instilling zeal indiscriminately, its effects will be focused on a single person with singular intent. Wait, so you plan to target people? Isn't that just brainwashing? Coercion? Should the target have a say in this? Let me answer that question with a question of my own. Do we truly have the freedom to love in the first place? Yes. Yes. Science has proven that affinity and attraction toward others mostly comes down to genetics and societal mores. Oh, don't start this bull crap. In other words, the desire to be with another person is decided not upon anyone's will, but entirely through outside factors. Oh my God, this guy. Think about it. Can you see someone and just decide to fall in love with them? It's not something free will can dictate. Boy. It's simply not possible to want to love someone but not be able to, just as one cannot want to hate someone but not be able to. Dude, I can hate, look, I can love and hate whoever I want. Yo, there are tons of people I hate. I can't mention them because YouTube will probably ban me. In short, love is nothing more than a literary construct representing genetic or societal bond. Here we go. And if it's socially acceptable to have a friend set up with a stranger, why is it not acceptable to let a scent do the same? Oh my God. That's wrong on so many levels. Yes, I'm going to vocalize this. And so, Hippolytus, representative of Setagaya Academy's Horticulture Club, we are on the brink of making our revolutionary love potion a reality. Will you not join us in changing the world? I understand what you're trying to do, but what does any of it have to do with my workshops? That's the beauty of it. You're arranging flowers here, no? We can imbue those flowers with our potion. Give a flower arrangement containing its scent and the object of your desire, and the ball is in your court now. Your students will all confess their love to their loved one successfully and live happily ever after in the bliss of requited love. Love set in stone, immutable, inevitable. I see. It would be a win for the workshop and the Horticulture Club as well. Demand for your magic flowers would be through the roof. You've already overstepped your boundaries. It would be an incredible once-in-a-lifetime business opportunity for the school, too. Can you even afford to say no? Brandon? Look, it's your call. If your group wants to fight us using tactics you think will give a huge advantage, you're more than welcome to try. I've had strong arms all my life, so maybe you could say that's why I like fighting so much, because I got an advantage too. Yeah, I was born with high standing myself, which is why I'm able to devote myself to sumo and basically do what I want. Right, but you idiots with your warped logic seem to have missed a huge hole that makes it all fall apart. Know what it is? Huh? What do you mean? You missed the point of the workshops. You keep talking about love and relationships, but the goal of these workshops is so much more than that. And soliciting partnership from us without even understanding what we're all about is just never going to work. Say you use your compound on a flower arrangement, then gift it to your crush. What happens if they don't accept it? Plus, before long, everyone will realize that these gifts make people fall in love with their giver, and then the secret's out. Saying yes or no when confessed will just be replaced with accepting or denying flowers. Not exactly a home run plan. Uh. You all didn't think this through, huh? Not the most well-oiled machine. I can't even growl properly. I'm so bad. Well, whatever. The peanut gallery doesn't matter here. All that matters is what you decide, Hippolytus. Well, Dark ABC Force, was it? You're suggesting using the power of the compound you're developing to induce mutual affection in others. I can only wonder, why are you fighting so hard to achieve such ends? Uh-oh. He's making that face like, about to beat you. As I say. Uh-oh. I think you stepped on a landmine there. I already told you why. I just finished telling you why. It's to turn the tables on a losing battle. It's about winning. Not that I expect an underclassman like you or someone who has their pick when it comes to romantic partners to understand. Get off your high horse for a minute and don't make assumptions. I ask because I don't know the first thing about love myself. But even if I were in the exact same boat as you, I could never accept an invitation like this. I can't even relate to the very concept of love. I've never been able to fully wrap my head around it. So you approaching me with the presumption that I'd be able to relate to you is just vexing for me. Pitiful even. If you can't understand that, you won't leave me in my workshops alone, and you won't leave my... Yeah. And if you can't understand that and won't leave me in my workshops alone, then I guess I have no choice but to explain it with my fist! What? Every single person has a secret garden within them, a safe place that no one else is allowed into, not even family. Ooh, I like where this is going. The goal of these workshops is to allow each student to pick a flower from that secret garden and offer it to another. Your plan is like breaking down its gate instead and going in uninvited, without even taking off your shoes. Yo. As the horticulture cult's president, that cannot stand and I will fight you over it. You think your love woes give you the right? Feel free to hit me with your best shot, whether it be familiars, natural disasters, or love potions. I can counter it all. Oh dear. You think you can make me understand love? Be my guest. That would be like a dream come true for me. Whoa, hold up. That's a legit fighting stance there. I don't think he's bluffing. He's like a whole different person. I don't even feel like I'm looking at Hippolytus anymore. Now we're talking. Don't go thinking I'm unlucky in battle just because I'm unlucky in love, though. Accept my nostrum and come forth, familiar. Take my form and subdue Hippolytus. I bet not Hippolytus in this fight. Which I guess would be a win for Senegai as a whole, come to think of it. Volk? Shouldn't you step in? Well, I can't say there's no problem with this, but I think I can come up with some excuse to tell Lord Baron. Hippolytus has always been one to react rather strongly whenever his farmland is endangered in some way. Prepare yourself! I won't stop fighting back until and unless you make me understand what love is all about. And in the meantime, I'm going to show you in great detail what Olympus-style pancration martial arts are all about. Oh, Oh! Oh! You're done! Oh, you're done! Oh, you're done!
はい、純潔です。作付けと苗の移動は計画的にやりましょう。純潔です。作付けと苗の移動は計画的にやりましょう。そこは不可侵の草原にして俺と君との秘密の花園。純潔無垢。なんとかなった。お疲れ様でした。え、仕事になると性格変わる？あはは、そんなでも。
Oh, you're done. Oh dear. Pancration, ancient Greek sports event that combined boxing and wrestling, introduced in the 300th, I don't know my Roman numerals that well, the 303rd Olympiad, 648 BCE. Simple fisticuffs have been introduced in 688 BCE. It was particularly popular among Spartans. Pancration can be translated as complete victory. The basic rules were similar to those of MMA. Pancration combined boxing, kicking, and wrestling, but it was so barbarous that MMA looks like golf by comparison. Pancration had no weight classes, meaning lighter fighters face vastly more powerful opponents. So basically, you just basically made Hippolytus into Kratos, and QTEs are popping up then, and QTEs are popping up. You just like, boy, I feel bad for the other guy. I feel bad for the other guy. I'm just gonna walk out the room. I could never understand this world. Surrounded by so many people, so many who devoted their everything to this fickle concept of love. I went the opposite route, distancing myself from it as best I could. My sole source of respite was the hunter chief who served as lord of the woods, and whose purity and chastity were like a breath of fresh air to me. Of course, I sought this respite because I could not comprehend love, which differed from the reasons the Lord of the Woods had lived as such. Our lifestyles aligned, however, nonetheless. I sought to make a dedication to this savior of mine, so I took them to the plains where Eidos, the spirit of purity, resides, and made a flower crown from the flora I picked there. After doing so, I had the chance to speak with a certain someone else. And, well, that's when it happened. Immediately, I felt as though I'd lost the upper hand and tried to take back what I said. But that didn't happen. No, it couldn't. I was dealing with someone of immense social standing. I denounced one of the 12 who stand at the very top of the world. And for earning the ire of such an important personage, I was cursed. Then, before too long, I was to distance myself from Olympus entirely. It just seems like every Olympus transient just has a sad story like this. Although, considering how God of War went, I guess it shouldn't be any surprise. Often I'd find myself wondering, if I hadn't fought back as I did, I could have lived like the others in the end. Could I have lived like the others in the end? He's like, oh my God, yes. He's like, yes. I'm sorry I ever tried to take over the workshop. Nice pancreation. You're familiar? Seems to be quite capable. You're still smiling. Kind of scary. No, you got beat up too. Oh, I truly enjoy this sort of physical language. It's so much clearer and easier to understand and love, don't you think? Off to the experimental farmland with him. Don't make a quick stop at the nurse's office first to get him patched up. I believe I owe you all an apology. You must have been rather shocked by my actions. Why don't you tell us your story? We won't judge you for it. I promise we won't judge you for it. At this point, I feel like I'm duty-bound to do so. I was entrusted with these workshops, and am a club president, no less. I said previously that I don't understand love, but people don't tend to take me on my word at that. They usually think I'm shy, and there may even be some truth to that, but genuinely, I do not understand the concept of love. Don't get me wrong, I was always pleased to see couples enjoying one another's company. I just don't seek that for myself. Perfectly understandable. Perfectly understandable. I get you. Hatred and jealousy, too, are beyond my comprehension. I simply can't relate to them. I can't sympathize, you might say. Understandable. Sometimes I feel like I'm the only one who can't wrap my head around why people make such a big to-do about Valentine's Day. Look, I get it. I get you. I see. Whether back in my homeland or here in Tokyo, most people actively seek to establish bonds of love with others. But that concept is so alien to me, and frankly, it scares me to think about it, as I fear there may be something wrong with me. I believe I mentioned a few days ago that before I met you all, one of my juniors approached me with romantic intent. That junior had always been close to me, and though belonging to a different club, had always helped out with our activities. But they'd always been a bit aloof, and I learned then that they'd been watching me from afar. By that point, I'd already come to the conclusion that I would inevitably wind up hurting my juniors from then on. I like that person, you see. but I liked them, nothing more. Up till then, I'd always assumed my juniors would keep a similar distance from me, so this was a bit of a shock to my system. I began to wonder, when did that person start developing feelings for me? How long had they been keeping them married? To be honest, I started to feel paranoid that maybe everyone who was nice to me was really just trying to woo me. You're preaching to the choir there. That one line, yeah, that could describe most of my high school life. And that's when I began thinking about how I could respond to confessions in order to make things go back to the way they were. I knew that if I refused outright, things would be different between us. So I tried to come up with alternatives to accepting. But ultimately, I couldn't think of anything. I just wound up standing there dumbfounded. It's like my mind and my body were out of sync, leaving me frozen in place. I couldn't face this reality. Oh, please, Brandon, don't look at me like that. Rejecting someone upon receiving a confession is not uncommon by any means. It's just my reason for it that stands out. That's not why I was looking at you. Am I just playing the underdog like that poor ABC Force saw? Am I just trying to assert dominance? Well, am I? You tell me. Whoa, you're getting worked up about this. A little too worked up, I'd say. But I do think I understand you a bit. You need to tag me in, because I understand that. I don't like being put on the spot, but I also don't like always being the one who puts others on the spot. People think less of me because of what I don't understand. But to that, I call upon my hunter roots and just say no. When all you're trying to do is defend or take advantage in a fight, then all you really have in the end is a fight. So let me just make this clear. I will not apologize just because people like me are rare in Tokyo. Dude, you don't need to apologize. I certainly don't get especially angry because things other people can't tell about me at a glance, after all. I get you. I completely get you. Our situations may be different, but the way we feel about them is the same. People often feel pity for me because I work as a Dark Santa, a Punisher. And frankly, I'm tired of people regarding Dark Santas as lower class compared to those of other Santa occupations. But I've come to own the bitterness and the misunderstandings directed my way. I've come to terms with being seen as a villain. And you're kind of in the same situation, more or less, aren't you, Hippolytus? Dude, I get you. I honestly get you. I mean, if like, honestly, rejection's tough. Honestly, rejection's tough. Like, you just gotta do, like, it kind of just happens. And considering the people that I did have crushes on, them either saying no or just finding out where they stand on relationships, I just went like, all right. It hurts for a little bit. It hurts for a bit. Varies depending on person, but I get over it. It's not. Anyway, it's hard to put my words into thoughts on this bit. Alright. I'm a little shocked, I must say. I never had anyone relate to me about this before. Krampus, allow me to say that I truly am pleased you've chosen to come here to Setagaya for this event. Honestly, I'm pleased to have had the chance to meet each and every one of you. These last few days have been unforgettable. And so, that's why I've decided to step down as this workshop's instructor, while these memories are still precious to us all. Whoa, hold up! What? How come? Setagaya's Valentine's is still going on for a while. Fear not, I'm passing my duties along to ensure everything still proceeds as scheduled, and I'll still help prepare materials. It's thanks to you all that this course can even stay afloat. I just don't want to cause any more trouble moving forward. Wait! But most importantly, I just feel that someone better able to sympathize in matters of love would be better suited to lead. I'm at a loss for words here. Now just hold on a minute! Thank you. I want to be clear that I don't blame you for your hesitance, but if you quit now, let it be known that I will never forgive you. You think you can just toss aside the responsibilities you agreed to? That's no way for a student body leader to act. Volk, I'm sure that lone wolf Horkyo-kama would just tell you to do as you please. But you're dealing with the werewolf czar now. And when you're a wolf in charge of cubs, you fulfill your responsibilities to the bitter end, even if it kills you. I'm kind of I'm not that serious with Volk, as Volk is, but I do agree that you need to see this through to the end. So many students want you to teach them. Masanori said so too, remember? Can I say something, Hippolytus? I'm not you, and I'm no kind of genius or anything, so I don't have the first clue how to solve the problems you're having. But there's one thing I do know, and that's losing and giving up are two totally different beasts. Any challenge worth its salt can be repeated again and again until you win. You fail, you just pick yourself up and try again. Oh my god. In these last few days, you've been real close to the edge of the sumo ring, but you held your own and stayed inside. After all that, you just give up and step out of the ring on your own. Doesn't matter who you are. The crowd's gonna boo. I will support whatever you decide, Hippolytus. Whether that be stepping aside, keeping at it, or some third option. Even if you become a villain in the school's eyes, you'll have my sympathy for whatever that may be worth to you. But as your student, there is one thing I need to tell you. Even if you don't understand love, you've been a great instructor. Totally agreed with Krampus. I mean, in my case, love wasn't a factor at all when I chose to join these workshops. You don't understand love? Heck, there's a bunch of stuff I don't know either, even in business. That's why we're students, right? Look, you put your heart and soul into this and you want to step down now? Come on. I mean, I don't want to pressure you. I don't want to pressure you into doing something you don't want to do. But you should honestly see this to the end. You've already come so far. Might as well finish up, right? I say that as I have so many unfinished games. We are, each of us, individuals with our own thoughts. No matter how we may try, we will never fully grasp the mind of others. It is up to you whether to accept this shortfall and continue, or, if it's truly too much to bear, take to the sidelines. Look, if I'm being too nosy, make me stop. We can settle this with pancreation. Please no, I will die. I don't know what to say. Then just look. Take a look at this, Hippolytus. I requisitioned this from our executive committee this morning. I should have shown it to you from the start. It would have quelled your concerns. I regret waiting so long to do so. Huh? Are these surveys? About the workshop, it looks like. Whoa! Check out all the positive feedback! Thanks to you, my proposal was successful. I was able to make up with my friend. My hospitalized relative was so happy. I want to be a florist in the future now. Wow, these are all so uplifting. Way to go, Hippolytus. Oh, look at the dates on these. Every one of them is before Brandon came. These are from your solo workshops. What? But why? I was so obnoxiously assertive during those lessons. I drove everyone away. There were problems that can't be denied, but it seems a great many students truly appreciated your tutelage regardless. And is this the reason you chose to retain Mr. Hippolytus as instructor, Folk, even after your initial fallout? In Kaita is where I'm from. We all share a desperate longing for springtime. The sun melts the piled snow, vegetation sprouts from the fertile soil, and newly awakened animals wander the land. Spring is a season overflowing with the warmth of life, and the herald of its onset can be found in flowers. Hippolytus, you are the one who cultivates the land upon which this school rests, ensuring the flowers of spring blooms here unabated. That's not to say you cultivate it alone. You're the source of others' inspiration to join in bringing spring to blossom. The evidence of this is right here on these very surveys. Your efforts are recognized and appreciated by everyone you teach. If this isn't enough to convince you, then I'll do whatever it takes to fill that gap and make you reconsider stepping down. I, the werewolf czar, am not like Krampus, in that I do not pay heed to being seen as a villain. Rather, I relish it. Oh God. I'm sorry. This is my own failing. I just wasn't prepared. Hippolytus? Wow, Hippolytus admitted defeat. We just want you to be happy, you know. I can see that. And I want to set aside everything that stood in my way and respond in kind to all your sincere wishes. That having been said, please give me some time to think about what to do with the workshops. It's not an easy decision. I just wonder how I can continue to run the workshops with peace of mind when the threat of that love potion is still looming. So I'm going to become awfully busy come tomorrow between teaching and devising countermeasures against the dark ABC force. Hope I can count on you all to lend me a hand, or 6. Oh, I see. Yeah, I'm right there with you. You really had me going there for a moment. You're just as psyched to continue the workshop as anyone, though, ain't you? But you're right. You can't just ignore what we learned today. I'm with you till the bitter end, Hippolytus. I take it we're to hold a strategy meeting of sorts then, though I fear we don't have enough intel to prepare for their next move. How about we go on the offensive? We can make the next move ourselves. Plan around what we do know. Oh! Huh? Are you going out for a brisk night walk as well, Brandon? That wasn't really the plan. But that does sound nice. Doesn't it though? Join me then. Let's walk together. As president of the Horticulture Club, I have standing permission to come and go as I see fit, even at night. Sorry to interrupt your sleep, little buds. You're all looking rather healthy today, thankfully. So you tend to the flowers even at night? Well, sort of. It's more like I go around and talk to them, check up on them and make sure they're comfortable, you might say. Still a bit chilly tonight, isn't it? In times like this, ta-da! Got an insulated sports bottle full of herbal tea. And I brought an extra cup just for you. Please, have some while it's still warm. Thanks for all your help today, and sorry again for startling you. That must have really caught you by surprise, huh? Also, sorry for talking about all that earlier. I didn't intend to, particularly since you're our guest here at Sedekiah Academy. I just kind of naturally found myself going into it with you all. I do have a tendency to get caught up in the moment sometimes. It's like all this poplar fluff on the ground. Just one spark and it'll ignite and spread like wildfire. I found it all fascinating, personally. I like that part of you too, Hippolytus. Hey, but it also burns out very quickly, no? Exactly. You know more about flora than you let on, Brandon. That was just a lucky guess. I guess I'm just glad that despite everything I said earlier, we can still relax and have a leisurely conversation like this now. Everyone was saying such kind things about me. I couldn't help but think back to my time in Olympus. Back then, everyone around me would fall in love, worry, fight, break up, then console one another, day in and day out. Sometimes dear friends would wax on about their romantic escapades, and I always secretly wished I could join in. I don't know anything about that. But of course, I never could. I didn't want to see that as a weakness or a failing on my part. So that's what prompted me to take the stance I did. The stance that I wasn't the odd one out. It was everyone else. And when you're up against the world, sadly the majority wins. Once I left my world and came to Tokyo, I thought I'd put a lid on those feelings, but I wound up cracking them open again. I just want everyone to have the same chance as everyone else, though. That's really all there is to it, really. Quite honestly, I'm not sure I even fully understand why I feel the way that I do, or even exactly what those feelings are. Am I really incapable of feeling love toward another? Or do I just not quite know how? So as Take Minakata suggested, I think I'm going to take some time to reflect on this. It should do me well. I understand, Hippolytus. Just take it one step at a time. And if you're ever unsure, call me. Don't call me. I don't know. Thank you. I like that you don't seem to pity me or act like I'm some sort of basket case. You just accept me for who I am and stay in my corner. As a result, you're like a rock for me to lean on. I wish I wasn't. Like not because I hate you or anything. Not like I hate you or anything. It's just I don't like being relied upon. Even as I'm preoccupied with finding myself, you still happily give me the time of day. Maybe if it were with someone like you, I just might. Oh dear. No. In this case, it may even alter. What? No, don't throw that on me. Don't throw this on me. I really don't know. This would be a perfect opportunity to be like stream this and be like, okay, chat, pick an answer. I don't know. You might be able to understand love. Yeah, no, I don't have that kind of confidence yet, I'm afraid. But with your support, and if that's what you really want for me, then maybe someday. Now, let's forget about all this serious talk. Time to switch myself out of Forest Guardian mode. Thank you for joining me. Sorry to keep you out in the chill air for so long, Brandon. We should head back to the student dorm before either of us catches a cold. I hope I didn't screw him. This is your base of operations then. I certainly didn't expect it to be just a simple lab hidden in plain sight, I suppose. Welcome to the Dark ABC Force! We've been waiting for you, Masanori Daikaku Inomura. Traitor! No. Traitor subplot in my Tokyo Afterschool Summoners?